Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is July 4th. July 4th is Independence Day, and the markets, or most of the markets, are either closed or starting late today, so just keep an eye on that. There's no major economic news that is coming out today. Everything's already been done for this week, but I think it's important to go over this week's action, especially after yesterday's big non-farm payroll numbers that came out. Looking at the Euro USD, basically we had a 100 pip retraction yesterday. We've edged up from the lows of 135-ish right here, and now we're just about middle ground, reaching somewhat of a support level here at 136. Trading today overall should be a little bit quiet. I would expect it to be quiet, but you never know. Sometimes with these lighter days, since volume is low, one guy comes in and there's some action. So looking at today, just at the Euro USD, we're at somewhat of a support here. Maybe to buy this little bounce to make 30, 40 pips would not be something outside the reality and outside the realm of expectations. I'm keeping a very tight stop loss on it just for today. Looking at the Aussie USD, big retracement yesterday of 140 pips. And so the market really take a turn for the Aussie, and also somewhat at support here. Also, you see the reaction to take it this far down, and then you see the blue bar up. So there is somewhat of a little bit of a reaction or a correction to the reaction from yesterday, as expected. Looking at the GBP USD, still very, very strong on its real highs. Doesn't look like it wants to retrace any, and every time it does retrace, it just continues going higher. So if you are shorted, just be careful and do use stop losses, okay? Because infinity and beyond is where the GBP seems like it's going. Looking at the USD, the Swiss franc got much weaker yesterday, also as a result of some positive numbers that came out. Also a nice rally in the USD here. At somewhat of a resistance, not major resistance, but somewhat of a resistance here. And then if we do hold this above next week, maybe we could challenge this upper 0.900 level. So keep an eye on the USD, Swiss franc. Looking at gold, we bounced under the 6 points yesterday. We traced to 13.14, 13.15 yesterday when we retraced, and now we came right back up. I would have expected something else from the gold, seeing how the numbers were positive. Usually gold sells off on positive news on the markets, but in this case it did rally, and this is why we should always use stop loss. Looking at the Dow Jones, a monster. Okay, breaking higher yesterday. Yesterday was a major day for the Dow Jones. It's 17,000 and closed above 17,000. First time, big number 17,000. I still believe we can get to 18,000 for October, and I think next year we'll see some sell-off towards the end of the year, maybe towards the beginning of next year. But for now, we're still in a bull rally. We're still going up above the market, and the market is still exceeding itself, and it's on a roll. So I would keep an eye on that. Looking at oil, slowly just selling off, selling off, selling off. We were at 106, 107. Look at where we are right now, 103.9. Big retracement on the oil, and it's weak, okay, and it's retracing. So fantastic on the oil. I believe there's a sort of a 104 was a good place for it to stop breaking, but it didn't. It broke through that, so I believe 100, 102, 102 and a half. Right here would be the next support level, and then shortly at 100. Okay, but keep an eye on oil because it has been a very hot item. Also, the USD ZAR. Looking at the USD ZAR, we had a big rally up with the dollar. Now this was a beautiful fade where you could have just flipped it and shorted it, and now we're retraced back to 1072. Again, it's going to be a lighter day, so be wary. And take your spots and be careful with using stop losses. This is Razak at CMTrading. I want to wish you guys a beautiful weekend. Thank you.